Virginia Giuffre's name is once again in the headlines, capturing the world's attention and sparking renewed conversations about justice, accountability, and the abuse of power. Her story, which has been at the center of international news for years, is not just about one woman's fight. It's about a much larger struggle that continues to unfold. The headlines serve as a stark reminder of the dark legacy left behind by Jeffrey Epstein, whose crimes exposed a hidden world of exploitation and manipulation among the elite. The legal battles and investigations that followed have revealed just how far-reaching his influence was and how many lives were affected by his actions. Even after her tragic passing in April 2025, Virginia's story continues to resonate. Her courage in coming forward has inspired countless others to speak out, and her legacy challenges powerful figures to answer for their actions. The vigils and memorials held in her honor are a testament to the impact she had on so many lives, and to the ongoing demand for justice. Former President Trump recently referenced her in public remarks, reigniting interest in her role in exposing Epstein's sex-trafficking ring. His comments have brought renewed scrutiny to the case, reminding the public that the search for truth is far from over, and that those in positions of power must be held accountable. Despite Epstein's death and Maxwell's imprisonment, the full truth about their network remains elusive. Many questions are still unanswered, and the survivors' voices continue to push for transparency and justice. The legal system has made progress, but the fight is ongoing. Giuffre's courage forced the world to confront how wealth and power can be used to exploit the vulnerable. Her willingness to speak out, despite immense pressure and personal risk, has changed the conversation around sexual abuse and human trafficking, inspiring new movements and calls for reform. Her journey, from a silenced victim to a global advocate, remains at the heart of the Epstein scandal. Through her advocacy, she became a symbol of resilience and hope, showing that one person's voice can make a difference, even against overwhelming odds. To truly understand the ongoing demand for justice, we must understand Virginia Giuffre, her experiences, her bravery, and her determination to seek the truth. Her story is a crucial piece of a much larger puzzle, one that continues to unfold in courtrooms and headlines around the world. Her fight for truth and accountability continues to inspire survivors everywhere, reminding us all that the pursuit of justice is a collective effort, one that requires courage, solidarity, and an unwavering commitment to exposing the truth. Virginia Giuffre's ordeal began at Mar-a-Lago, where she worked as a teenager in 2000. There, Ghislaine Maxwell approached her with promises of a better life, offering a job as a masseuse for Jeffrey Epstein. What seemed like an opportunity was actually a calculated recruitment into Epstein's trafficking ring. Trusting Maxwell, Virginia accepted, only to be betrayed and exploited. She was trafficked and abused, her life transformed into a nightmare behind the walls of Epstein's mansions. Mar-a-Lago was just one of many respectable fronts used to lure and groom victims. Giuffre's story reveals the sophisticated, predatory nature of Epstein's operation. Her experience became the foundation for exposing a global network of abuse. Years later, Giuffre took her first step toward justice by suing Epstein in 2009 under a pseudonym. She alleged sexual exploitation as a minor, not just by Epstein, but by his powerful associates. Her lawsuit was a bold move against a man who had evaded serious consequences. Though settled for $500,000, the case created a legal record that couldn't be buried. It marked the first crack in Epstein's wall of silence. Giuffre's actions showed that his victims would not disappear quietly. This was just the beginning of her fight to expose the truth. After years of silence and mounting frustration, Virginia Giuffre set her sights on Ghislaine Maxwell, a woman she believed was central to the abuse she endured. In 2015, Giuffre filed a defamation lawsuit against Maxwell, marking a turning point in the fight for justice. Maxwell had publicly dismissed Giuffre's allegations, calling her a liar and attempting to discredit her story in the media. This bold legal move forced Maxwell into the spotlight, compelling her to respond to the accusations in a court of law rather than simply in the press. For the first time, Maxwell was required to answer questions under oath, facing direct scrutiny about her actions and her role in the alleged crimes. The lawsuit triggered the release of thousands of pages of court documents, depositions, and evidence that had previously been sealed from public view. These records included flight logs, calendars, and testimony that began to paint a much clearer picture of the network surrounding Maxwell and Epstein, implicating powerful individuals and revealing the scope of their activities. As the courts gradually unsealed more documents, the revelations reignited law enforcement interest and drew intense media scrutiny from around the world. The mounting evidence and public pressure ultimately led to Maxwell's arrest, a moment many thought would never come. Although the lawsuit was settled in 2017, the case's significance extended far beyond any financial agreement between the parties. The legal battle set a precedent, showing that survivors could challenge even the most well-connected abusers and force the truth into the open. The evidence uncovered during the lawsuit exposed Maxwell's central role in the trafficking operation, making it impossible for her to hide behind her connections or her wealth. Ultimately, the information brought to light provided the foundation for Maxwell's conviction. Without Giuffre's relentless pursuit of justice, it's possible Maxwell might have evaded accountability, and the full extent of the criminal enterprise might have remained hidden. Giuffre's determination helped dismantle a powerful and secretive criminal network, inspiring other survivors to come forward and seek justice. In the end, one survivor's courage and persistence changed the course of history, proving that a single voice can spark a movement and bring about real change. Giuffre's allegations against Prince Andrew brought the scandal to the British royal family. She claimed she was forced into sexual encounters with him as a teenager, supported by a now famous photograph. Prince Andrew denied the allegations, but his public statements only fueled scrutiny. In 2021, Giuffre sued him in the US under the Child Victims Act, forcing him to face legal action. He settled in 2022 for a substantial sum, losing his royal titles and public duties. The settlement was seen as a tacit admission of the strength of her case. Giuffre's courage showed that no one is above the law. Her stand against a prince sent shockwaves worldwide. Giuffre also accused Alan Dershowitz, a prominent lawyer and Epstein's former defender, of abuse. Dershowitz responded with public denials and counterattacks, leading to dueling defamation lawsuits. Both sides fought fiercely, each claiming the other was lying. The legal battle highlighted the challenges survivors face against powerful adversaries. In 2022, both parties agreed to drop their lawsuits. Giuffre issued a statement acknowledging she may have misidentified Dershowitz, but did not retract her other allegations. The resolution left many questions unanswered. This chapter ended one of the most contentious battles in her pursuit of justice. Giuffre moved forward, undeterred in her advocacy. Giuffre's decision to go public was driven by a sense of responsibility to other victims. Becoming a mother gave her the courage to speak out, determined to protect her children and others from similar harm. She founded Victims Refuse Silence, supporting survivors and advocating for stronger laws. Her advocacy helped shift the narrative from victim blaming to holding perpetrators accountable. Giuffre's public stand was not for fame, but for justice and prevention. She became a crucial source for renewed investigations and inspired a global movement. Her resilience turned personal pain into a catalyst for change. Giuffre's voice empowered countless survivors to seek justice. She proved that one person's courage can spark a movement. In her final years, Giuffre sought solace and a sense of belonging with her family in the tranquil landscapes of Australia. Surrounded by loved ones, she dedicated herself to advocacy, using her voice to support other survivors and raise awareness about trauma. She also focused on her own healing, embracing moments of quiet reflection and the simple joys of family life, hoping to find peace after years of turmoil. Despite her remarkable strength and resilience, Giuffre continued to face relentless physical and emotional pain. The scars of her past were ever present, manifesting in both visible and invisible ways. She often struggled with the weight of her experiences, and the journey toward healing was filled with setbacks and difficult days. In 2025, tragedy struck when a serious bus accident left her with near-fatal injuries. The crash not only caused immense physical harm, but also deepened her emotional struggles, compounding the pain she had already endured for so long. Recovery was slow and challenging, adding another layer to her ongoing battle. In April 2025, at just 41 years old, Giuffre died by suicide. Her passing was a devastating loss, not only for her family but for survivors and advocates around the world who saw her as a symbol of hope and courage. The news sent shockwaves through the community, highlighting the silent battles many face. Her family remembered her as a fierce warrior, someone who fought tirelessly for justice and healing. They cherished her compassion, her unwavering determination, and the love she gave so freely. In their memories, she remains a beacon for others, inspiring those who continue the fight. Giuffre's death underscored the lifelong toll that trauma can take, even on the strongest among us. It served as a powerful reminder of the urgent need for better mental health resources, ongoing support, and understanding for survivors everywhere. Her legacy endures as a testament to the difficult, ongoing journey of healing. She showed that recovery is not linear, and that hope can exist even in the darkest moments. Her story encourages others to keep moving forward, no matter how hard the path may seem. Even the strongest individuals can be overwhelmed by pain, and it's important to recognize that vulnerability is not weakness. Giuffre's struggles remind us to approach others with empathy and to never underestimate the battles they may be fighting. Her story calls us to action, to offer compassion, support, and understanding to those who suffer in silence. By coming together as a community, we can honor her memory and help ensure that no one has to face their pain alone. Virginia Giuffre's legacy is one of courage, change, and hope. Her refusal to be silenced brought down a powerful trafficking ring and forced a global reckoning. She showed that even the most protected abusers can be held accountable. Giuffre's fight inspired survivors worldwide to speak out and demand justice. Her story shifted the conversation from blaming victims to exposing perpetrators. Yet, her struggles remind us of the ongoing challenges survivors face. The fight for transparency and support continues. Giuffre's name remains a beacon for justice and healing. Her impact endures, lighting the way for others. She will not be forgotten.